Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm meteorologist Edward Shaw. Let's go through a quick update for you this morning as we prepare for that wintry weather to enter the area later on in the day. Currently, across the region, we have about 60 million people from the mid-Atlantic all the way out into the Great Plains under some form of a winter weather alert, just given the fact that it is going to be a brutal system in terms of snowfall and freezing rain accumulation. You see that area where there's a little bit of pink in there? That's about where the rain snow line is right now, as we're having some warmer air aloft convert some of that snowfall into freezing rain. So essentially all along the Midwest into the Mid-Atlantic is going to be at risk for some pretty significant freezing rain accumulation, which will in turn lead to some very slick roadways. Timing this out for you, we could start to see the earliest impacts from this system as soon as about 12 p.m. today in parts of the New River Valley all the way down into parts of Bristol. Now that's going to continue eastward here very quickly afterwards. And by about 4 to 5 p.m., we're going to see the first of the heavy snowfall within our area. Later on, as we head into the overnight hours, that warm front that you see on this map, it's going to start to lift a little bit and head further to the north, which in turn is going to lead us to have a little bit more wintry precipitation closer to the form of freezing rain and sleet rather than just snow. Now, granted, we'll probably still have a few flurries mixed in there, as well as a little bit of a cold rain along the Virginia-North Carolina border. But given how cold we're going to be, certainly going to be cause for concern for any kind of black ice accumulation here in the coming days. That low pressure continues eastward Monday morning with a few lingering snow showers behind. As you can see, by this point, we've started transitioning to a little bit of rain as sun comes out on Monday in parts of the Hampton Roads and Richmond area, but it's going to freeze very easily because after that cold front passes, we're going to get much colder. See the last of that lingering snowfall come through the area Monday afternoon into the evening, and then by Tuesday morning, we're pretty clear in parts of central Virginia with line of clouds kind of spanning along the Appalachian Mountains. So certainly going to be some cause for concern with icing, given the fact that two of the major roads that are impacted, I-81 and Highway 460, are going to be heavily impacted by some form of freezing rain and snow. Now, as for how much we're predicting for snow and sleet, now we've bumped up totals just a little bit, not much, but by about an inch or two. So thinking south side, including Galax, Martinsville, Danville, South Boston, could see about 0 to 2 inches of snowfall, whereas the New River Valley into Lynchburg and into the Roanoke valleys, thinking about 2 to 4 there. 3 to 6 further to the north in parts of Lexington, and that's kind of where we're seeing the biggest difference between some of that heavy snowfall and some of that freezing rain accumulation, as you'll see here in a second on our freezing rain forecast. But further to the north, about 6 to 10 inches, way further up into parts of the highlands and spanning into West Virginia. Now, snow is likely going to compact a little bit, just given the fact that freezing rain is going to kind of beat it down. But with that being said, it's not going to make it any less dangerous or significant. Freezing rain, as you can see up in Hot Springs, expecting a glaze there, not much at all, but that's because Hot Springs is likely going to see significantly more snowfall than areas, say, Blacksburg, Roanoke, Bedford, Lynchburg, all the way down into Floyd and Hillsville. Nearly 1/4 of an inch of ice expected across the region, which is going to be major cause for concern. Again, I-77, I-64, I-81, especially that trek between Blacksburg and Roanoke, and Highway 460, all areas that could be significantly impacted due to this. I've seen videos across the country of some tractor trailers sliding off the roads in other parts of the country. Certainly going to be within the realm of possibilities here, given how slick roadways are going to become. Now, over the next 2 days after that, start to melt a little bit, but we could see a little bit of lingering freezing rain, just given the fact that we're going to be so cold. Why we're seeing freezing rain is going to be because of the layers of the atmosphere. So temperatures vary with height within the atmosphere, and for us, the reason we're not seeing just snow is because not all of the atmosphere is going to be at 32 degrees or below. We're going to have areas that get up above 32 degrees in the middle parts of the atmosphere, but then remain at 32 degrees at the surface thanks to a cold air wedge that's going to be in place behind the mountains. That's why this freezing rain event is going to happen, and that's why we can see it pretty often sometimes here within Virginia when we get these wintry events like this. As for what we're expecting here, biggest risk by far is going to be freezing rain accumulation and just ice on the roadways. Again, we'll see quite a bit of accumulating snow, particularly further to the north, but power outages are certainly within the realm of possibilities given that ice factor, but also the wind factor as well, just given the fact we're going to get so windy. As you see with our high temperatures today, going to be above freezing for most of the area, and that's why we're looking at this chance for freezing rain rather than just snow. Granted, after that cold front gets through the area, these temperatures are going to plummet overnight, way below the freezing mark of 32 degrees, and likely going to see lows tonight in the teens and 20s throughout the area. So today and tomorrow, both alert days for that factor of that wintry precipitation. And then as we head Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you'll notice we just barely get above freezing on Tuesday and Monday as well. But after that, we get to pretty cold conditions, high temperatures in the 20s and 30s throughout the region, meaning any kind of ice or rain we get, it's going to very easily freeze in areas that have not been treated all that well, or if treated at all. But by Friday and Saturday, could be looking at another system coming through the area. Still a little bit early for that, but we're certainly keeping our eye on it. But as for today and tomorrow, just be sure that if you have to go out to get anything, do it this morning. Fill up your car this morning, because you certainly do not want to be caught on the roads with this storm coming through the area, as it is going to be a very dangerous situation with the freezing rain and snow. As always, we'll continue to update you throughout the day today and as we head into tomorrow with some live coverage as well. But for now, just stay tuned and stay safe.